host of the Gridiron.
Well, then I saw another thing there is that, if we're going to like keep Evan Neal just like on the side and not play him and use him and yada, 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 it's like I saw this article here. Well, might as well just trade him. I mean, if they're not going to use the guy, right? Right. I mean, I'll tell you, because Ezeudu, he gave up a couple sacks. I mean, he just, still looked a little bit out of his element there. What did he graded out at 59 overall. His run block was a 46.9. His pass blocking somehow was a 65.6. So he had some goodness to him, but he gave up, according to PFA, he gave up 2 sacks. So, which is not, he gave up a hurry. He gave up 3 pressures. So, what do we have? 43 pass blocking snaps he had. So 43. So he gave up 3 pressures. So that's not very good. Not very good at all. So, but I saw this is that, this reporter questions Giants' usage of key draft pick. If you're not going to use them, just might as well trade them. Now, the thing is also, you got to, keep in mind, obviously, is that, he's coming off of, he had surgery. He's been able to play for, a little while now. So kind of makes you wonder why they're not putting him in there. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's like, it would have been worse to take Illuminor, I guess, to take Illuminor from left tackle. I'm sorry, my bad. From right tackle, put Illuminor at left tackle, and slide your first-round draft pick in at right tackle. That would have been worse than keeping Illuminor where he was at left tackle and putting Ezeudu in there at left tackle. Illuminor at right, Ezeudu at left. I guess, upsetting the apple cart. I guess it would have been too much. I mean, once again, I know he just came from, coming from surgery and all that stuff and everything, but the guy was, is he really that far off? I mean, pick number 7 in the draft. I mean, I thought if the guy's the guy's like able to, I thought you'd be like almost foaming at the mouth to get this guy in there. It's like pick number 7, and he still can't. Let me see here. I don't even know if he's played a snap this year. Evan Neal. Okay, let's see here. 2024. This is special blocking, special. They got special. No, snaps by position. Has he been in there? No. A jumbo package. We haven't been down at the goal line very often, but then again, we have had the Fab 5 in there for the most part the whole time. So, but I don't know. Andrew Thomas goes down. You got pick number 7 in the draft. I thought you'd be like, So I guess Dable was thinking it's like the worst of 2 evils is like, I don't want to put Neal in there and slide his Illuminor over to left tackle where he played a little bit last year. He's familiar with it. I guess that would be the worst of 2. He would much rather keep the Fab 4 in place and just put Ezeudu over there left tackle. I don't know. But, it's like, no special teams, no field goal. Anything, nothing. Field goal try, now to keep him on the offensive line to bring Neal in, nothing. I mean, anything. I mean, how about hold the field goals? Anything. I mean, you pick number 7 in the draft, and the guy hasn't had a snap yet. Wow. So they got this article here. It's like, well, yeah, I'm going to draft him before the trade deadline. Right? I mean, you only got a couple weeks. I don't know what you're going to get for him, but I'm sure it'd be more than just a 7th round pick or something. But I mean, wow, the guys getting on the field. So the Giants' biggest issue right now is figuring out how to best replace, obviously, Andrew Thomas, who will miss the remainder of the season. Yay! The first opportunity was given to backup tackle Joshua Ezeudu, but similar to when the former 3rd-round talent was called upon in 2023, Ezeudu crashed and burned as the starting left tackle against the Eagles, with a poor pass rush win rate of 82.1%, according to ESPN's Jordan Raanan. Now, if you go to PFF, his win rate was higher, but performance like that aren't good enough when you have Daniel Jones at quarterback. That's true. If only the Giants spent here's where they make a joke. If only the Giants spent the 1st-round pick on an offensive tackle in recent years. Oh, wait, they did. And New York Post reporter Ryan Dunleavy questioned the usage of the 2022 first-rounder Evan Neal since Thomas's injury. Moving Illuminor to left tackle for veteran signing Chris Hubbard to start at right tackle, making Evan Neal offensive tackle 5, OT 5, would really be bold, Dunleavy said. In response to the post from the Athletic's Dan Dugan that noted that it seems like Neal isn't even in the equation. Holy crap. To start at either offensive tackle position. Holy crap. That happens, might as well trade Neal for a 7th-round pick. Oh, so they think a 7th-round pick. Okay, I thought maybe they can get a 5th or a 6th for the guy, but wow. I'll tell you what, I'd almost be positive that if Neal went to the right place, I mean, like if the Eagles traded for him, because if you get someplace with a good offensive line coach, I bet you they can get something out of him. Trade a 7th-round pick to the Giants. I mean, for Evan Neal, Giants pick him 7th overall, and they get a 7th-round pick in return for him, and then he winds up going to another team and doing really, really good. But I mean, it's almost, it's like you don't get him on special, as I said, like special, like field goal kick, right? You need a couple big horses in there to do some blocking, right? You put him in there? No, nothing. Anything? How about a water boy? Anything? Have him carry some water around. I mean, anything. How about after the kickoff, he can run out to the middle of the field and pick the tee up and run back on? Anything at all. I mean, the guy's picked number 7 in the draft. This is not bidding well for Shane. I mean, he's had some. I mean, he's had some good draft picks, but wow, you pick a guy number 7 overall, and he can't even get on the field. Wow. Now, be a little bit fair to Shane. That was his first year. I don't think that was his scouting the department. He kind of came in. And he's kind of coming in. Oh, I'm Joe Shane. Oh, you're my scout. Oh, okay, how you doing? Oh, you're my scout. Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, you're my scout. Hey, how's it going? But I mean, so he's kind of meeting his scout. I mean, and then they made their pick. So it wasn't until like last year and this year that Shane kind of had more of a better idea. I think he had more of his own guys in, or he maybe let some guys go and brought some of his own guys in and stuff, as we can see. But I mean, that's a heck pick number 7 in the draft, and the guy came to get on the field. Holy crap! Wow. There's clearly zero confidence in him. This has all started with an injury. Although Dunleavy's comment could be a bit tongue-in-cheek, he brings up a great point. The Giants don't trust Neal enough to play him now with Thomas injured and the season basically on the line at 2-5. Yeah, because it is. I mean, you go 2-6, 2-7, forget about it. It's over. We're not going to run off the last 8 games of the season. That ain't happening. Absolutely not. So if he's not on the field with the season on the line and we're 2-5, when will they ever trust enough him to start him again? Probably never. I mean, Neal played left tackle at Alabama. Some have speculated that his transition to right tackle has hurt him in the NFL pro. As an NFL pro, perhaps 2024 is an opportunity to see if he can still perform on the left-hand side. Ta-da! Right? Maybe put him over where he was at. Right? Ta-da! There were 2 reasons to try out Neal at left tackle for the remainder of the 2024 campaign. One, Ezeudu isn't getting the job done, and his struggles are ruining this offense. The second reason, and perhaps the more important one long-term, is to increase Neal's value again. As of now, Neal is a backup right tackle that never sees the field. He has next to no trade value, as Dunleavy alluded when he suggested the Giants should trade him for a 7th-round pick. There's no exaggeration either. Neal is currently viewed as a bust, and why would any organization trade worthwhile draft capital for a bust of a prospect that's most likely heading toward the free agency in a couple of years? The short answer, they wouldn't. At the very least, showcasing Neal at left tackle could increase his value. Let's say he succeeds. After all, his trade value can't get much lower. Thomas is the long-term left tackle. No one is disputing that, but the Giants must turn Neal into something considering that he was a top 10 selection. The Thomas injury provides a clear opportunity to do so. Now, the thing is also is that if he just can't get on the field as a tackle, okay, things happen. I mean, what about Eric Flowers? Anybody, ding, 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 ding. Anybody kind of remember him? When did he, I'm not going to say flourish and prospered, but when did he do decently well? Answer, when he was a guard. I think it was, I think, I'm an idiot, so I forget a lot of things, right? But I think they asked him to try the guard position, and he said, no, I'm not gonna. So when he went bye-bye, it's, beggars can't be choosy. It's like, all right, Eric, okay, we'll sign you, but you're going to be a guard. It's our way or the highway, buddy. If you want to get paid, if you want a little do-re-mi, right, you're playing guard. There's no, if you say no, okay, well, we're not signing you. You know what I mean? So, but with the Giants, obviously his money was all guaranteed, right? It was, 40, it was pick number 9, back-to-back great picks. Him and Eli Apple, bang up picks, man. 2015 and 16, man. Our second round picks wound up being better than the first round picks. I mean, that's horrible drafting. But anyway, Flowers, we had him for 4 years. His money's first round pick, guaranteed money, right? So no, sorry, not gonna, no, nope, I'm not going to guard. So, I mean, they don't have to play him, or they can cut him or whatever, but, his money was guaranteed, right? But when he's out in free agency and he's jonesing for a job, right? It's like, oh, hey, Eric, well, you suck at tackle. No, we'll give you a try. We'll give you some money, sure, but you're playing guard. It's either you play guard or you go F yourself, right? What's it going to be, So if he's jonesing for a job, jonesing for some money, I'll try guard, So now, I mean, I don't know if they, I don't know. What are they? I mean, if he's not working at a tackle, what are they going? What's I don't know. I mean, we're going to get him practice for another 300 years, and then he might be on to something. After when he's about 432 years old, maybe he might be a good enough time. If he's not catching, why don't you try and slide him in to guard? I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, once again, I don't see anything. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know what's going on in practice. I don't know any of that. You know what I mean? But it's like, if he's not making it a tackle, if he's just, oh no, we're just gonna have him stay at tackle and just practice a tackle for the next 3, 4, 5 years, and then hopefully he'll be okay. I mean, if it's not working, I mean, I don't know. But I said it is. It's what they were talking about in that article. It's like, you know, maybe. See, I mean, putting him out there could also backfire too, because if you put him out there on national TV, and everybody's like, yeah, he still stinks. You know, I mean, nobody's going to trade you, and nobody's going to even give you a bag of Doritos for the guy, right? But I mean, it's like, you know, he's pick number 7. He's got the size. I mean, the guy's like a sequoia tree. Was he 6'7", 300 and whatever? I mean, I was trimmed down a little bit, I think. But I mean, the guy looks like a sequoia. He's just, there's no fat on him or nothing like that. He's just like straight up and down. He's a huge. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there can use them. I mean, especially if they, you know, if maybe they may not be okay for an NFL tackle. Okay, well, I'm sure somebody will try him in there at guard. Probably maybe get the best out of him, where he doesn't have to worry about, you know, worrying about blocking somebody running around, you know, him a tackle, right? If he can stay in a phone booth, right? He's as big as those as Sexy Dexy, right? Maybe he's not quite as strong or whatever, but he's almost as big as a Sexy. A lot of those interior, the 3 tacks or the nose tackles, he's as big as those guys, as heavy as those guys are, you know. And he's in a phone booth. He doesn't have to, you know, step back, you know. So, but yeah, I said, I mean, it's got some little bit of merit to it. If you're not going to use the guy, I mean, at least maybe trade him. I mean, you know, once again, there's 340 trillion things that go on behind the scenes. And so, I mean, that certainly does not mean that Shane is not picking the phone up and trying to dish his services off on, hey, you interested in Evan Neal? No, okay. Hey, you interested in it? You know what I mean? So the thing is that the Giants do have a little bit to their advantage with Evan Neal, is that he's unlike Slayton, right, or Ojolari, right? I think maybe Pinnock, McCann, some of those guys who are going to be free agents at the end of the season, right? We still got Neal for at least another year. So it's not like we gotta get rid of him, and you know, and if we don't get rid of him, you know, at the end of this year he's going to hit free agency, and we're going to get nothing for him. No, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the clubs, they know that. Oh, we're not trading you nothing. Nope. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're all going to sit here and wait for you to call all the teams on the phone to try to trade him. Nobody's going to want him because they know you got to get rid of him at the end of the season. So once you get rid of him at the end of the season, then we'll try to secure his services, you know, by picking him up through free agency. Well, that's not the case with Neal. He'll still be a Giant next year, right? So there's no huge pressure for Shane to get rid of him right now, you know. But yeah, it just kind of makes you wonder, what the heck is going on with the guy? I mean, he's picked number 7 in the draft, and he can't even make it on the field. And for special teams, nothing. Wow. That's hard to believe.